Hardware validation is one of the most expensive bottlenecks in chip development right now. You spend 8 weeks testing a chip, you find a bug, you go back to the design team, they fix it, they tape out again, and you wait for the fabrication. Then you start the entire testing process all over. That loop always has been a 10x problem. Here is the fastest way to break this cycle. For this example, I'm validating a Texas Instrument chip. I have two things right now: the data sheet, which it contains all the specs of the chip, and the evaluation board document, which is what we use inside the lab to connect the chip to instruments and sorters. I'll drop both into the TestFlow agent. Now the agent reads both documents and tries to understand everything inside them, like the features, the specs, the schematic, and maybe the testing conditions. From that, it generates what we call a validation plan, which is the exact testing scenarios that chip or hardware requires. As engineers, we used to spend 4 to 6 weeks just studying the specs and the testing standard before even writing a single line of test. Now TestFlow has just done that in under a minute. Now here's where it gets interesting. I've already added my lab equipment. You can see I've configured a power supply and a source meter from Keithley. You can add whatever instrument you use inside your bench or lab from any manufacturer. And with the data sheet, the evaluation board, and the plan, and along my all equipment added, the agent now has generated the automation script. So here you got three things that are created in about a minute. The validation plan, you can basically review it, you can share it with your team or send it to the manager or the design team for approval or whatever. To the automation script, which basically connects to your instruments and runs the test for you, so you don't have to do anything manually anymore. And also the lab schematic, which is a visual of exactly how you connect your equipment to the chip or your hardware, so your team has a full traceability and you can collaborate without basically any hassle. What used to take weeks of setup and documentation and scripting is basically done for you before you finish your coffee. If you are a validation engineer or a testing manager and you work on hardware and semiconductors, this is what's built for your team. Feel free to reach out to us.